After the opt-out, how big was the Senior Bowl for you, and how do you prepare if doesn't have a 2020 season?
Um, it was pretty big for me just getting back into my rhythm of things. I was really just focused on just finding my techniques and what works for me and what doesn't work for me while I was there. It was just a big improvement week for me.
Our next question is from David Woodruff.
Hey, Ambry. With the conclusion of your Michigan career, I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about what it's meant to you to wear the maize and blue, and maybe some favorite memories from your time.
It's meant a lot to wear the amazing blue. Being a Michigan guy from Michigan, you dream to come to a school like this and initially winning those big games and doing everything you want to do. But it's been great. My time here has been great. Sadly, didn't finish it how I wanted to, but I'm grateful to have been a part of this organization.
Our next question for you, Ambry, is from Isaiah.
Hey, Ambry, I've got two for you. Number one, how challenging is it for you to go into all of this, having had a full year off from playing, and especially knowing that ideally you'd be suiting up for an NFL team this next year. So how difficult is that, having that full year off?
I don't think it's difficult at all because as you guys recall, you guys know when I had my colitis situation, I wasn't getting no training in and no practicing in for probably 5 months straight with no football at all for me. This little time here, it wasn't nothing. It gave me time to find myself and find stuff that really works for me. So I appreciate this year off, and I think I'm gonna come back better than before, honestly. Because it don't take nothing for me but a week, probably a little less to get ready, I feel like.
Second one for you. When you look at the current guys that your ex-teammates there in the cornerbacks room, what do you see from that position, and who are some of those players that stood out to you, whether there were guys that you saw in practice or even just watching any of these games this past year?
But yeah, I'm honestly excited to see what just the leadership role Jamon Green and Vincent Gray is ready to take for their group. I'm ready to see them lock down number one receivers like I know they can. Just feel like it's just a mental thing with those guys, and I'm ready to see them take that next step and lead the group. But other than that, I'm ready to see DJ and JP, those guys to get their turn and shine. And they got a good group of cornerbacks, honestly. Wish I could coach them for real, but I'm excited to see what they can do.
The next question is from Orion.
Hey, Ambry, with how the passing defense struggled this past season, was it hard for you to watch from the sidelines and not be able to play out there?
Yeah, hell yeah. Every game I watched and every game it was hurting me when something didn't go down the way I wanted to go down. And it hurt me a lot for real. My heart was with the guys. It's just me physically, I wasn't there, but I wanted to be with the guys, and I knew I would have been able to help them, but that's in the past now. And I'm pretty sure they learned from that last year. They needed that awakening, and I know they're going to perform very well this season.
Next question here is from Matt Baker.
You said a second ago, if I heard you right, that the time away helped you kind of find yourself and figure out what worked. Can you explain that? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, just as far as my techniques and how I want to play the ball and where I want to be at route positioning and how I want my body language and body position to be throughout the route, just to dip down into those little things and find out what really works for me and what really makes me optimize everything I have within me.
And that's something that you normally wouldn't get to do as much during the course of a normal season?
Exactly.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Angelique.
Ambry, what went into your decision to opt out, and were there people on the staff allowing you to come back?
Probably what went into the decision, my colitis played a big part, and just so much uncertainty with the Big Ten. I didn't feel comfortable going out there to play if they weren't comfortable with us being out there playing. And if it had started on time, I would say I would have played that season. But just with the uncertainty of stopping there, stopping here, it shut down, didn't start back up. I felt like I'm on my time. I'm not on the Big Ten's time schedule, and I just knew I had to just keep going, moving forward. And when the season got reinstated, coaches hit me up to come back, but by that time I was already deep into training, and I had my mind made.
Next question here is from Austin.
Ambry, what's it been like for you to see the changes at Michigan this offseason? Obviously, Coach Brown, Coach Zordich, big parts of your career here. Just kind of your thoughts on the new direction for Michigan's defense.
I'm excited to see what's about to happen because a lot of guys love the defense. They all tell me if I played in this defensive scheme, I would have ate. I'm excited to see those guys eat, and they're actually learning NFL scheme defense, and like kudos to them. Like I'm very happy for them. I wish I would have learned a little bit of that because now that am in this interview process, I do get hit with questions like the defense they're running, and I don't have that much background knowledge on it, so I'm still learning it. But these guys are learning it, so God willing, when they get to that next step, they already gonna know it like that on the back of their hand. So it's putting them ahead of the game, honestly.
Yeah, if I could follow up, what's different about this defense maybe that you wish you'd had more experience with?
Honestly, just make more plays on the ball, sit in the zone, cover 3. I mean, like, you can really go get the ball. You can see the ball, you can get the ball. And man is see man, then read through him to get to the ball. But when it's zone, your eyes on the quarterback, like you going off QB intentions, and I know they're gonna get a whole bunch of more picks this year. I'm excited to see it.
Next question's from Devin.
What's going on, Ambry?
What's up?
Hey, I find it kind of difficult to believe that despite your talent and your unquestionable upside, a lot of people still have you on day 2 on most draft boards. So what do you have to say to those naysayers that don't think that you're first day eligible?
Yeah, well, guys don't know, like coming into this season, if I would have played this season, coming into this season, me and 2 guys from Indiana were leading the Big Ten and just covered snaps and how well we played man on man. And I was the number 1 cornerback in the Big Ten before I decided to opt out, and I still am. Truly believe that I'm a top 5 cornerback without a doubt. I'm just ready for this pro day. I'm ready to show everybody what I can do. I feel like I got like a chip on my shoulder because I feel disrespected through this whole process, but I know what I bring to the table. Like I missed whole off seasons at Michigan and still play how I played last year. Like I was on 1 week of practice when I got back. Like I know what I can do, put it like that.
We've seen you overcome a lot of adversity, man. We're looking forward to seeing you at the next level. We consider you a sleeper as well. So good luck to you.
Appreciate that.
Just a reminder, if you have a question, put it in the chat function. We got a couple more minutes with Ambry. Angelique?
Ambry, yeah, you said you've got a chip on your shoulder. When you've had conversations with NFL teams, do you feel like you have to do some convincing, or are they seeing what you're seeing from your film?
I believe the teams are convinced. Like I don't think I have to convince anyone. Like they all know my story. They all know I was in the hospital 30 days, lost 34 pounds in the hospital, and still came back to play that season and be able to play week 1 and make plays. They're all amazed by that. That's why I'm not worried about how this process will play out, whether if I go first round to undrafted. Like I know when I get my chance, I'm going to shine. And I believe the NFL coaches know that as well.
Got 2 more questions in the queue, and then we'll move on to Nico. Next question is from Isaiah.
Ambry, you've been somewhat attached at the hip with Brad Hawkins since you 2 both arrived on campus. What have you seen from him that maybe some Michigan fans haven't seen? Like what's his overall potential?
Brad is a ball player. That's what people don't know. He go get the ball. He know how to high point the ball, and just him being athletic as he is, coming from receiver up out of high school, being a straight receiver to move to DB and still make plays. That's amazing. I'm excited to see him float around and just be that voice of the defense and really ball hawk and air raid and come down and make tackles. Cause I know he can do all this. I've seen it before all day in practice. Like I seen him do this stuff, and I'm ready for him to lead that group, that whole DB unit, and like for them to just take off. Like I wish I was a part of it, honestly, but I know he about to get them boys right. Like I'm not worried at all.
Our last question here is from Aaron.
Ambry, you mentioned finding yourself this past year with taking the year off. What did you learn about yourself, and where do you think you improved the most?
Probably what works for me on the football field, and honestly just diet, and if football wasn't in perspective, what would I want to do? And I figured that out, but yeah, honestly dipping into diet more and just trying to find ways to like keep my body up. Like I don't have all this money, but it's still stuff I can do to make my body like respond and react how I want it to.
Were you trying to gain weight, or what were you trying to do?
Yeah, I was trying to gain weight, but I got too heavy. It got to a point I got too heavy. So I'm liking the weight I'm at right now, but I'm just trying to have my body feeling fresh, like stand away from like the red meat, the processed food, little stuff like that.
What are you weighing now?
195.
Okay.
I think we have one more question for you, Ambry. Let's go with Austin.
Yeah, just to follow up there real quick, you mentioned figuring out what you would do if you weren't playing football during this time. What did you figure out?
Honestly, I would just want to find a way to help children maximize their mindsets, because I don't believe the school system is teaching us the proper things to get ready for the real world, like how to do taxes and how to manage your money. It's just little stuff like that. I believe we're getting taught a whole bunch of history that we were taught in grade school, just repeated in high school with a little bit of sauce on top of it. And I don't think it's preparing everybody for the real world, put it like that. And I would just try to find a way to get kids to question why and go find out the answers to those whys.